nature responds to intention immediately. So intent is everything when it comes to nature.
Lotus Ocean is about the ancient Vedic way, but it's not just ancient because it's scientific. The actual ancient Vedic way is a scientific way. It like right now, science has reached that level where it can sort of validate that way being the correct way, or that way being the only way one can live and die successfully. We cannot say in one sentence because life is a complex thing, and if one puts it in one sentence, then one demeans life in a way.
When we look at the word lotus ocean, the term, there are two things in it: lotus and ocean. Now this ocean here we are talking about is not just the physical water ocean. It is the ocean of existence itself.
The lotus here represents the actual symmetry and the fractality which produces life in the first place.
When
There's a very ancient Vedic symbol, which looks like this. Now, a symbol doesn't have actual sound associated with it. For example, when we go into the Devanagari script and you have a, e, and everything, and ka, kha, ga. So you know ka is like that, and that's called ka. But the sound associated with this particular symbol was not known. So nobody had written it down. So people started calling it Om. So everybody started calling it Om, Om. When this sound associated with this was not Om. It was actually like Now this was the proper full sound, which carried all the 5 vowels A, E, I, O, U in unison, finishing with a M, because M is a matter sound. So like R starts with light and we finally end up in matter. That was why it was symbol of creation. If one looks at example of anyone, like let's say take Gautam Buddha's example, and like where did Gautam Buddha get enlightenment? Was it in a concrete building? Was it in his house? Was it in his palace? Or was it under a tree? When you are under a tree, you are under a branching which is the same as your brain. So that's why it forms a fractal to your brain, and then your concentration automatically increases, your focus, your coherent focus and attention span increases, and that's why you can do what they call get into a meditative state much easier under a tree than any other place. And that's what happened to Gautam Buddha when he was under the Bodhi tree. If we want to understand what treeness is, like what is treeness, then treeness is actually branching. So all of nature is based on branching. Like the way the branching happens in the brain, the same kind of branching happens in the tree and in the branches. So like our brain is a little fractal and the tree is a bigger fractal, which creates a fractal even onto the stars. Like stars of Orion in the sky and the 3 pyramids of Giza, which are mirroring those stars on the belt of Orion on Earth, then that is fractality. There are 2 ways things function in the multiverse. One is outside in and the other is inside out. Outside in is like, for example, if you have to make a cloud, you actually take a plane up into the sky and you throw silver nitrate crystals in the sky and you actually artificially make a cloud. And the inside out way will be you actually sit down and you get your heart going, beating in a fractal way, and you throw out an intent, a cloud be made and rain happen, and then a cloud will get made outside and the rain will happen. So that's called inside out way. For example, if you play some sound and some rainbow happens in the sky, that means you played the right sound, which nature gave a biofeedback. It produced a rainbow in the sky. You played a certain sound and then maybe rain started happening. I had gone to Australia and there was one place where rain had not happened for a long time. And I played a certain thing and rain happened within an hour or two. It was a big thunderstorm. The whole evening it was lightning, thunder, and it was a lot of rain. All technology always is actually coming from the outside in way instead of the inside out way. But inside out way is always a more supreme way. It is much more potent, and it will always win over the outside in way.
Nature responds to intention immediately. So intent is everything when it comes to nature.
People have a sort of a war with earth itself, like mitti. Wherever people see mitti, people say, oh, what nonsense. Like people see mitti on their clothes, then they say like, oh, what is this nonsense. People see mitti on their houses, they want to get rid of it. As if mitti is some kind of demon, when mitti is actually the thing which grows their food. They are on war with mitti itself, which means you are on war with your own body. And if you are on war with your own body on biology, then you will not win. All you will get is diseases, pain, torture, and in the end, hell after death. That's the only thing one is going to get. So this whole mentality of war against nature, biology, and mitti has to end.
Divine is complete, full fractality, and nature is always tending towards fractality.
Like a person has connection with nature, I can sign my name under it that person will never get depressed. Clinically, never get depressed. Depression is not possible.
You know, a lot of people ask me this question is like, but how do we connect with nature? No, how do we connect with nature? My answer to that always is that, like, tell me, how do you connect with people? With anybody, any person. First, if you have to connect with some person, you'll have to show interest. Secondly, when you go in front of them, you'll have to behave properly in front of them. So in the same way, you connect with nature. First, you have to show interest in nature. And you have to approach with respect. And you have to approach properly. And then you form connection with nature. It's very simple. There's no big mystery to that. Many people ask me who I am. It's strange as they don't know who they really are.
The word avatar in Sanskrit means crossing over. Like you cross over. Avtaran. There are many purposes to an avatar. Like for example, like if an avatar comes down, it is there to raise the Bhudevi's vibrations up. That is one of the purposes. To save Bhudevi basically. Then to set up standards and precedents for future times. That is also a reason. But still the most important reason is to actually save the spirits and take them out. Give them an opportunity to get out of the physical realm of existence. That is the main purpose. Avatar is basically something which is coming from the divine realm, comes back into the physical, but is like everybody else when it's here. It's not like just because you're divine, everything will just happen. It doesn't happen like that. Once you go into the prison, like the rules of prison break are the same for everybody. So whether it's divine or normal being, that does not differ for that. So the whole point is it goes into the prison to teach prison break to the beings which are already there. Even in like Krishna avatar, one can see that when they showed like Krishna was born into a prison straight. He was born straight into a prison, and then the prison got unlocked and he came out. So that is a metaphor for being trapped in the physical world. The physical world is the prison itself. So once you've gone into the prison, you've gone into the prison of your own accord.
Other people, when they come, normal spirits, when they are born into this prison, they do that because they have no other option, because they are just caught in the cycle of birth and death. They don't have enough knowledge or energy to get out of the 3D existence into the other realms. But when divine makes that journey, it is done through one's own will. Divine does that from one's own choice. When you are trying to get in touch with your Vedic roots, then you will become actual resident of this land.
Today it's my huge pleasure to introduce Prashantem Trivedi, the person who can help us understand the basic root of what is the true about the Vedic knowledge. And today misconception and misunderstanding is so common about connecting Vedas with religion, typical with different systems like yogas. But the Vedic is only one, and today we try to with Prashantem Trivedi explain what is really the most important, how we can start with basic knowledge to understand later bigger connection. Prashantem is the author of many books, 27 celestial bodies, K2 Rahu, and many others. So we just put the links with the books under video. So today it's my big honor to speak with you, Prash. Hello.
Yes. Yes. I can call it Gregory. I can call you Gregory. Like
yes.
Okay.
So Prash now is in India it's in the jungle, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are with nature.
Yes.
We had some internet connection problem but now it's okay.
Yes.
So I would like to start as I mentioned before, the basic, the true Vedic knowledge. What is it exactly? And the people misunderstanding.
Okay. When the term Vedic is used, okay, like whenever you use the term Vedic, it covers basically creation. Like when creation started, like there was a sound of creation, there was a dynamics of creation, there is a whole plan of creation, there is a whole blueprint of creation, there is all these things together, how it functions, what is all this, like everything, the knowledge of that is called Ved. Okay, Ved. The word is VED. So when you make that system, you call it Vedic. Okay. So like my surname is Trivedi. Okay. Trivedi means three systems of knowledge. Okay. Because there are three main Veds. Okay. Which are called Vedas now. They're actually Ved, but they're called Vedas in English right now.
Yes.
Okay. So that is Vedic. Vedic means actually a way of life, like how to live. Like
It's nothing to do with religion. It's like you have a human body. Okay, now you have to know what this human body is, how to use it, what is it about, what is in it, like everything, like the chakras, all of this knowledge which people consider these days like chakras and everything comes from Vedic. Okay,
Mhm.
which people have learned now all over the world. What is called yoga now in the world, yoga, which is yog, the Sanskrit
Yeah.
term is yog, that comes from Vedic. Okay, if you look at Jyotish, which is like the main system of, it's becoming the main system of astrology because it's the most accurate system, that comes from Vedic. Okay,
It
if you
means
look at
yeah.
Ayurveda, like healing with herbs
Mhm.
without any of these like allopathic medicines or these surgeries and all of that, hospitals and all these poisons, just healing with herbs, that comes from Ayurvedic, which comes from Vedic.
Yeah.
So if you look at like food, like how to eat vegetarian food, okay, like what to eat and all of that, what kind of things, the knowledge of that comes under Ayurvedic, which comes under Vedic again.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's not a religion actually. It's just like if you come like it's real science actually. The Vedic was the real science, which was hijacked by this so-called modern science. Okay, which is real knowledge as to how to live, how to be, how to discover your being, how to evolve. All of that is in Vedic. Okay, so it's a very vast system. It's not a one book
Yes, yeah.
thing. Like
But this is
the religions are,
ancient knowledge and very old. And very old,
yeah,
yeah.
old. It's not old. It's timeless.
It's timeless, yeah.
Is
So
there's no
every
time to it. Like it was there from the beginning. It'll always be. There's no beginning, no end
yeah.
to Vedic. Okay, so it's timeless. There is no. You can't date it. It's like 10,000, 20,000, forty
Ah,
thousand, 50
so
million.
many
But
people
like there's
many,
no timing to this.
many people think
Yeah,
that when they discover some books and somebody
yeah,
this is I call this psychokinetic time, the mentalism that
yeah.
they're using the psychokinetic time, that nobody asks
Yes,
that if you find something what was written 5,000 years ago, everybody think that was written 5,000 years ago, but nobody can think that it can be 100,000 years ago or million years
yes,
ago, but nobody proved this actually.
yes. And the Vedic knowledge was all transmitted by mouth and listening,
Yeah,
or not by text. It was oral transmission.
yeah.
Okay, so the like one person spoke, other person listened and got it. Like okay, it was not nothing. A textual thing only started like few thousand years ago. Okay, when a particular rishi Vedvyas put the Vedic knowledge in text because he thought like people will be too dumb in this age and they would
Ah,
need textual thing. They won't be able to remember. Their memory will not be so sharp
mhm.
that they can remember the whole
Ah,
thing
so maybe that,
properly.
so that
So
time,
just to
that time
yeah,
it wasn't
yeah,
golden age, because if that time would
yeah,
be the golden age, maybe the
yeah.
transcription or books would be much different. Yeah, so it was written for the people to
Yes, no,
understand.
this started in Dwapar Yuga only. That was called Dwapar Yuga, which is before the Kali Yuga. Okay,
Ah,
so it is already down to 50%. The
uh-huh.
like the level is down from golden age means 100%.
100%.
The
Yeah.
Treta is 75. Dwapar is 50. Kali Yuga is 25.
Ah,
Okay, so it's 100%, 75, 50%, 25%.
so
Okay,
it was
so this
written
was at
for 50%
50
clever,
percent
50% dumb people.
Yeah, yeah. And the knowledge level is 50%. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so then that's the time he decided to put into text for the 25% people.
Uh-huh.
When it comes to that age. So he thought like because and it'll be not confusing. Otherwise, a lot of confusion will be created.
Yeah.
So a lot of texts. There were the three Veds, the Purans, Bhagavad. Like there were different things. He compiled them in various texts.
Uh-huh.
This rishi, this sage, which compiled them. Like so, all the modern Vedic knowledge comes from those texts. Okay, those texts are that like backbone of the Vedic knowledge in the current time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so can you tell us a few just short characteristic of each eras? For example, what we have now today, it's something what is after Kali Yuga, yeah?
yeah. See, Kali Yuga is ending in the sense that ignorance, age of ignorance was like say 50 years ago, 40 years ago. Okay, since like internet started actually. Okay, the people's consciousness and everything has changed and people are starting to wake up and things like that. Okay, so
So
I
this is
mean
which
this
era is it?
generation, is the first generation, which is like right now, like people who are born from 70s onwards. This is the first generation who is waking up. Okay. So before that, you can say it is dark age. Okay. Because everything going bad. Everything is going in a downward direction, downward spiral. Okay. More pollution, more nonsense, more getting away from nature, more ignorance. Okay. Everything was and no knowledge. Okay. I mean, they were taught like Earth is a ball and it's running around a sun, and you're just running around in a galaxy. Like false information in schools, teaching, everything. Like so, like the last 400 years was false information by science. Before that was no information at all. Dark ages, like Middle Ages and all of that. And before that, since the last 4,000 years on Earth has been a very, very problematic situation. Because that in when the Catholic Church came
Yes.
to all this Europe, and they burnt all the books and all of that. So
Yeah.
a dark age was created, just by
Destroy also the Vedic books, Vedic knowledge what we had in Poland and in all Slavic countries. So
all Slavic countries. Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
So the people couldn't come back to this root knowledge. But today we have a ray of light, because we have you. We have a genetic memory. This genetic memory you won't forget. Just people feels that.
I mean, right now, everybody is being can go into golden age right now. Even because what happens is that right now anyone can be in any stage. Somebody can be in a dark age, some people, and some people can be in a light age at the same time. Okay, it depends on where you want to. Like right now, the option is there. Okay, if one wants to do it, one can go into golden age, even full consciousness. Whatever one wants, one can do right now. Okay, it's that kind of time.
But the people can't imagine that this is possible. Yeah, that this is possible.
Yeah, but it is possible right now. It is actually possible. It is possible
right now. Yeah. But can you see characteristic of this era? Of course, we know this because in Vedas we can read that this era, it's a cycle what comes back many times. Yeah. So if you know that comes back, what is the characteristic now? The Bronze Age characteristic, the technology developed. There is a huge, fast technology developed. It's a one side, but people following this, iPhones, internet, Facebook, everything. But the second part of people, they start to be vegetarian. They stop watching TV. They think. So it's a dualism still on this era, but this grow very fast. What I see.
Yeah, but it's not dualism. I would consider everything is the same thing. Okay, because internet and that thing gives you information and gives you, like I'm talking to you right now, people are listening, so that is possible right now, right? So it's not a hindrance. All this technology is not a hindrance of any kind. Okay, it's not a bad thing. It's nothing. Nothing. I mean, the Vedic time before 5,000 years, they had more technology than right now.
Oh, definitely. Me personally, what I'm very deep in archaeology, and my friend archaeologist, we discovered on our territory symbol from 10,000, 15,000 years ago, and it was mechanically done in a stone. So the people use machines. It was a huge technology, but today people think that they are first nation, very high developed technology, which is the wrong. This is the wrong thinking, because if we would know for sure that we are from scratch, we are from we're just born with no knowledge, actually.
Yes. I mean, obviously, like right now, people are just waking up from zero.
Yeah.
Okay. And that 25%, which I was talking about, is the goodness. It's not about knowledge. There's 25% goodness. Okay, like out of 100, like if you can be 100 good, you're 25% good only. Okay, so being like that is one's psychological profile more rather than the technological profile. Okay, but right now what is happening is, like in the Vedic thing, there is a very that thing, they don't care about time cycle. Any being can override the time cycle. Like a being by its actions can actually get enlightened in any age.
In any age. Actually, this is good point. This is good point. Because many people when ask me how long does it take? How long? So people think that it will take another few thousand years to start for golden age, but
It's nothing like that. I mean, when I started work on myself, okay, when I raised my kundalini and the whole thing, and up to raising my third eye, it just took me like 6 months, or like that's all. Like it didn't take any longer than that. So it's not a question of time or anything. Like all time is good time for enlightenment. Okay, according to Vedic.
So this is very
Okay.
important, very important what you said, because we live. Actually, I make mistake before I said about dualism. That something has to be white and something has to be black, and there is no medium. But the medium in Vedic, the word "met," as you all often mention, means the golden ratio, and means balance. Yeah, everything, for light, for colors, for energies, for food. And this is the key. This is the key what we need to follow. Yeah. So we not.
Yeah, but it's but golden ratio is like is in the heart actually. Number one, heart, in your heartbeat. Okay. That's when you get the heart of gold. And like in the Vedic depiction, there's a deity called Vishnu, Narayan. Okay, Vishnu. Okay, so he holds a conch in his hand. Okay, conch. Now the conch is symbolizing golden ratio only. Any conch has a golden ratio. So in the Vedic, things are depicted like that. So they will show that golden ratio is important. Why this depiction? Okay, so after that, people will have to decipher. Okay, golden ratio is from the conch, and conch has that. So people have to understand things like that. So sometimes the things are not so simple and straightforward for people to understand. Okay, in the Vedic, the rishis, because they knew people will not understand it if they just said 1.618 or something like that. Okay, so they have to give the actual living symbol in nature, which is conch, for the golden ratio. Okay, so like in the Vedic, the best thing is that like any being through their effort at any time can attain enlightenment and evolution. You can rise up anytime to higher realms. Okay, so I mean that's why the whole Vedic thing was based on planes. You know, like you're on an earth plane. It's a plane, Bhulok. It's called Bhulok, and then there are other planes on top, and there are planes below. So you can go through different planes, and you know, like you are free actually to do that if you work for it. Like people who are caught in the cycle of birth and death here right now, so they feel the ignorance. They feel like, okay, we can't get out of the cycle. Every time we have to just keep on coming back. Okay, yeah. But Vedic has a way for you to actually get out of this if you want to. Okay, and that's, I mean, my point is with Vedic is that it was everywhere first. You know, if you take the names of Cambodia, for example, country like Cambodia right now, which was Kamboj in Sanskrit, Kamboj. Okay, now we have sea called Mediterranean in the Europe, Mediterranean. Okay, it's called Mediterranean. Okay, which is Medi comes from Madhya. So Madhya Taran became Mediterranean. Okay, the word Bharat. Okay, Bharat was all of earth and mass. Bharat. Okay, so its goddess was Bharati. The Bharati was called Britha as well. Britha. Okay, but when the English came to India, they couldn't pronounce Britha, so they called it Brita. So which became Britain, Brita, which became Brittany, the goddess of Britain. Okay, and this goddess used to hold a spear in her hand. Spear. Okay, so like it's Brittany spears. Okay, Britannia goddess, so, which is the same from Bharat, Bharati. Everything. Like if you look at all the names.
Today.
Okay.
The people, Bharat people what went to North Africa, Philistinian in the Bible, and the genetic shows that it come from north. They come from north, and also they've been in Afghanistan. It used to be previous name, and also Arya. It's a very common name in time. In the places when this Vedic knowledge was common also.
Yes, I mean in Slavic, you know, you have name like Agnieszka, right? So so Agni is there, right? So Agni is a very root Vedic term, okay, for fire. Okay, like it is a very, I mean, that word does not exist in any other language except Sanskrit. Okay, Agni. Okay, so I mean
this is the most popular Polish name, Agnieszka.
Polish, Agni, and Eshka means born of, like fire. Okay, born of fire. Okay, so I mean, so that Agni thing, I mean, so to know that these people are coming from a Vedic root is very clear. Like every names, everything, all the things are always from that only. There are just minor variations. Okay, so like if the cosmology of what are the Slavic people earlier would be the same as the Vedic cosmology is. Okay, right now. Okay, but like this, like the Nordic cosmology is also based on the realms, same realms and that thing. Just slight changes because people made over the thousands of years, last 3, 4, 5,000 years, people made different, slightly different, like meanings of it, or like the knowledge was not complete. Okay,
Yeah.
so like the thing was that in India, what is called India now, which was called Bharat before,
Bharat, yeah.
that was a seat of the Vedic knowledge. Okay, everybody, it was no more central here, so that's why it has survived here more than other places on earth. Okay, and even the Catholic Church and that thing was not able to. India had too much population. Okay, you can't
Yes.
burn everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you
stopped-
cannot. Yeah,
they
yeah, you
stopped,
can.
they influence Poland, of course, Russia, Lithuania, Ukraine, but they won't go much further. But it's a big impact up today, because today we have to discover this knowledge again. Maybe this is the reason why that it happens. Maybe this is good. Maybe some.
I mean, yeah, obviously, I mean, beings will get to it. I mean, they could not keep people away from it for very long. Okay, this kind of thing is very temporary. From the truth or from the real thing, you cannot keep people away very long. You can try and try, but after a while, people will start like going back towards it. You know, like, because people will get frustrated. Okay, because other things will frustrate you. There'll be no result. There'll be nothing. Okay, like, I mean, if that's why people are turning to and learning like Vedic astrology, then you getting into the Vedic thing through Vedic astrology, like, you know, like when you're studying that. So
yes, that's why I saw I saw differences between Vedic astrology, Jyotish, how this is accurate. What amazed me very much, because it's in Western astrology, it has to connect this meaning to this situation, but in Vedic is straight. It's just this and this and this and this. This is really like I've got a person who has.
I mean, Vedic astrology. I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, but Vedic astrology is not very well known. I mean, even the people who are teaching it right now in the West, and they don't know it properly, because it's like an actual science. It's a very proper science. When you have proper science, it's like a technology, basically. Like, so if you know it properly, like a machine, it works fully, like actually fully, like, you know. But if you don't know some things, and if you know little parts, then it is like confusing and that thing a little bit.
And
okay, but it'll still work more than like.
Yeah. But the key is,
like, even nakshatras, they will.
The nakshatras, what we mentioned before. You have an Aquarius ascendant. I'm zodiac Aquarius, and my moon is in Kritika. Your sun is in Kritika, and this Rahu in Scorpio in Anuradha, it helps because Aquarius is very exciting with all different kind of knowledge. This is typical for Aquarius. It's very scientific, and which is one side is good. This is good because you play music, you play guitar, you love music, because this is frequencies. You have to learn different frequencies, and you can see. You don't have to see this. You just feel these frequencies, and also you can imagine these frequencies. And if you can imagine this without name it, without name for this, so this is the true basic knowledge of nakshatras to start. Yeah. Experience.
Yes, I mean, nakshatras sound like. I mean, for me, like, there's no difference between sound and Vedic astrology or mathematics or anything. Like, for me, everything, numbers, sound, and nakshatras, astrology, everything is connected together. One, like, you cannot disconnect anything. What you eat, how you live, how you treat your body, everything is connected. Okay, you cannot disconnect anything. So, like, Vedic thing is a holistic thing. You have to. It's a whole.
It's a whole.
Not parts. Okay. It's a whole, like, it's a whole thing. It's not like just one part, this part. It's not specialization. In Vedic thing, there's no specialization. You know, like in the modern time, people are specialized. Oh, you know, this person is just physics professor, or this person is just chemistry, or this person is, you know, there is no specialization in Vedic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. You are as a being whole, and you rise as a whole, or you'd go down as a whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw this connection in numerology.
Like, nothing happens in parts.
Yeah. I saw the connection in numerology that many people who use only numerology, only without astrology, they use numbers, for example, final number from 1 to 9, and they didn't they didn't check background. 28 it give you one. 19th is give you also one. But they use only from 1 to 9, yeah. But they didn't care about the root of the coming from these energies. So this is like you can compare. Without astrology, using only numbers is useless because it gives you only percentage of information. So this is
obviously, like in nakshatras, even nakshatras are going up to 27 and 28. Okay, so like they're telling you those up to those numbers, like each number is associated with a nakshatra. So you know you can see that in the nakshatras even. So like their meanings come out from that again. So I mean in the Vedic thing there's a depth of things, like there is a depth, and then nakshatra there is a sub lord of nakshatra, then there's a sub lord, there's a sub lord, there's a lot of depth to everything in the knowledge and in the
padas.
It's not a padas and so I mean there is a depth of everything which makes the number 108. Why is 108 sacred? Like because 27 into 4 and 12 into 9 like is 108, is the sum total of 12 signs and 9 planets and the 108 padas of the 360 degrees. Okay, so I mean there is a lot of depth in the Vedic thing, because for me it's like all about actual experimentation. When people go into a Vedic lifestyle, for example, then they can live it themselves, they can eat the right food, and they can be in the right posture and do the right thing, and then they'll see what effect does it give them, whether it gives them knowledge or not when they like go into the system. It's a thing which it's a practical thing, like like a scientific experiment.
So
you
this is the science.
Practically do it.
That's what this is what we need to underline today, that this is science. This is not religion. Is only you need to believe it. Very nice view. Very nice.
So this is the jungle. You can.
Yes,
you can see the.
We see this. Yeah. So you live alone there? Just for meditation?
No, I have some people here.
You've got.
I mean, okay. Like when you say about meditation, I'll use the word. The medi comes from word madhya in Sanskrit. Okay, medi means from madhya. Madhya means center. Okay, so like whenever you are coming into center, you are meditating. Okay.
But typical for Kali Yuga
meditation just means coming in.
Vedic
meditation just means coming into center.
Into the center.
Like coming into center. Like when you keep your body in center, when you speak from the center of your mouth, then you are meditating. So if I'm speaking to you right now, I am meditating.
And programming.
Okay. Meditation is all the time. Meditation is not like half hour, 1 hour. People in the West think, okay, like meditation means half hour, you do sit down, and it's nothing like that. It's like all the time. It's 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365. Okay, because you have to speak from the center of the mouth. You have to speak the fact. You have to speak the truth. Okay, you have to keep your body posture centered. That is, you have to do all the time.
So
that is meditation.
Many illnesses and come from the people speak not straight. They just hiding some words.
Yes.
So they put the hand on. They want to hide this word. And
and they're not practiced. Like right now, people's jaw is very tight. Okay, so their jaw is not loose. So then it's hard to speak because the jaw is tight. So your jaw does not move. Okay. So and especially in Europe and that thing, because people have been under a lot of that thing because they could not speak the truth. So because if you can't speak the truth, then you have to stay quiet, because if you speak the truth, then the whole society goes crazy on you. Okay. So people are very afraid to speak the truth.
But the critica is not. The critica, what I see, they telling you straight as it is. And some people think, I'm crazy because I'm telling you about some very not comfortable opinion, not comfortable theories. But I don't care. I just feel that I need to tell this. That's normal for me.
But right now you can tell. Right now you can tell. Like okay, like for example, like right, you are wearing a watch. Are you wearing a watch?
Yes.
Okay, you should not wear a watch. Okay. Okay, it's Vedic knowledge. Okay, because this is your heart. Okay, it comes to your this thing. Your pulse comes here. Okay. Now your heart does not beat like a machine. Okay. your heart beats in a like a variable fashion, okay, which is good for your immune system, okay, which is good because your heart is trying to get towards golden ratio rhythm.
Yes, rhythm.
Okay, so and your clock is like tuck tuck like machine, okay, rhythm, and that disturbs your heart rhythm.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially the
By being
electronic
on your
watching, the watches on today, yeah, with the batteries and
yeah, even electronic will do it because that has got a crystal in it which
Yeah.
is giving that pulse. When you get that pulse, whether it's a mechanical or electrical, like you can't wear a watch, okay, that is very bad for your heart. Okay, so that is Vedic science. Okay, like okay, so I mean, so these kind of things, like okay, like Vedic is actually very scientific thing, like but
Yes.
real science.
This is real
Like
science.
in the way,
It's not connected with religion, yeah.
yeah, like that's why, like I mean, they've given people fraud science, like Earth is a ball and all of that. Like when Earth has been flat and Bhudevi, it's like it's wherever you go. Actually, now millions of people now in the West have woken up, and they've figured it out scientifically that it is flat. Every experiment they do, they find it is flat. Okay, they don't find curvature anywhere. They keep on looking for curvature. There's no curvature to be found. Whether airline pilots, nobody, uses curvature. Yeah,
I'm in the process to find out as much because it's many subjects on internet about the flat Earth, but I'm in the middle, so I'm not forcing this theory because I need to get as much information as possible. But
just be scientific about it. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is just be scientific about it and go about it yourself. Like don't go by what is taught in school or what is taught in the books, because everything has been a lie, and like people like Nikola Tesla also knew that everything is a lie. They knew what modern mathematics is also a lie. Okay, that's why he was always saying like maths is just in maths they can prove that a tree is the same as a bird.
So you can tell about, because he was Critica, born in Critica, and Critica is connected with power, electricity, energies, frequencies, and also different part of knowledge.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, he was also introduced to Vedic knowledge. Okay, because he had come across the Vedic knowledge and he was very interested in it. Okay, that's where he got the concept of Akash, ether. Okay, from which the free energy devices and everything came out from the Akash ether concept. Okay, and it's to do with electricity. I mean, I mean, he would have had Adra in his chart too, because which is to do with electricity. Okay, Adra nakshatra. Okay, and the thing with the people like Nicola was that he knew that in mathematics they can prove that a bird is same as a tree mathematically. Okay, but in reality it's not. A bird is different, tree is different. Okay, so he was saying that these people are just fooling people, like there's no reality to that. Okay, that's why all the science people could not make all the technology we see right now, AC motor, electricity, they came from Tesla. It didn't come from any of these scientists. Okay, all these so-called mathematicians, scientists, they have not made any advancement in the real world.
Can I tell you one sentence? What excites me? Tesla electric 100 years ago he drove electric car 100 years ago. And today this is not popular car today. Of course there is a Tesla car as an electric car.
I have one. I have one here. Okay, I have a electric car here. Okay, but it is like it should have been there all the time. Like it was never that thing. I mean, my point is that I use electric guitar. I play electric guitar. Okay, and with electric guitar you can make many kind of sounds. What sounds you cannot make on acoustic guitar. You can never make any of those sound on acoustic guitar. Okay, electricity is obviously the current of nature, because nature is electromagnetic. Electricity and magnetism is nature.
Red and blue.
And gravity is a false force. There is nothing called gravity. Okay, when people grow up they'll understand, like, okay, that there is density but there is no gravity.
Everything now what we're telling us, it's from Vedic knowledge. It's not Vedic knowledge. So if the people ask how you get this theory about the flat earth, this is written in Vedas.
In the Vedic there is Bhumandal. It's called Bhumandal. Okay, so it is called the plane, earth plane. It's called Bhumandal. Okay, it's like a flat long plane. Okay, so it is much bigger than what is the present that thing. So like it's like there's a whole cosmology in Vedic. Okay, which tells what is the stars, where are the stars, where is the sun, where is the moon, what they do, how the sun moves, how the moon moves. Everything is there. All that knowledge.
So in this conception, we are in limited area, because we don't have enough power, enough knowledge to go in the different levels, different worlds.
Yeah, that is in Vedic. They say they tells you only reason human beings are stuck here is because they don't know how to behave in a higher realm. Okay, if you go to higher realm, you need to have the behavior for it. Okay, so whatever people who are controlling this earth right now, the people who are controlling the world, not earth, because they can't control the elements, they control the people's minds, which are called Illuminati right now and stuff, which to me are desperati. I call them desperati. Okay, these people are trying to make sure that people misbehave always. Their body language is always misbehaving. Okay, like everything, whatever happens in this world, they try to make people behave in a wrong way, like so that they can never gain knowledge. Okay, like if you have a being who knows something, and if you want to learn something from them, you have to have the right behavior. Okay, but everything which is taught right now to people is to just make their behavior bad. Okay, all the videos they see, all the music videos, all the postures, everything, there's a whole bombardment to people to behave and to misuse their body. Okay, to misuse their body, to misuse their mind, to misbehave, like that is the main thing which people, and that is the programming which people have to rise above. Okay, that is the thing which people have to, and which they can do it. I mean, nobody can force you, they can only show you these things, they can't make you do it. Okay, nobody can forcibly come and make you behave in a wrong way. Okay,
so in Vedic, the main point is to don't blame everybody for because let's come back to this why people worship this good and bad and white and black, and this is what is your opinion, what is the true knowledge in Vedic about Satan, which is connected with Saturn and the sun, and why Saturn always fight with the sun, and why in your opinion misunderstanding, the main misunderstanding is that nothing is bad and nothing is good.
Okay, in the Vedic that there is power. Okay, there is only one thing called power. Okay, and there is nothing like, there's no villains. Okay, there's no villains. Okay, there are people, there are laws in the multiverse. Okay, multiverse has laws. Okay, you break those laws, you go down. Okay, and when you go down, you feel pain. You experience that as pain. Okay, if you follow the multiverse laws, good, and then you feel pleasure. Okay, so higher realm like heaven and stuff means all pleasure, no pain. Okay, in earth also, for example, if you misuse your body, and if you eat something bad, and if you drink something bad, and then after that you'll feel stomach will go upset, and you'll feel pain and all of that, you'll be sick. Okay, so that's like because you've broken the rule of the body, right? Like you have fed something to it, so it's like simple like that. There are multiversal laws and in the Vedic, and whosoever is following the laws, okay, not man-made laws, this is nothing to do with laws we have like in out here, like they have no relevance in the Vedic. Okay, whether you follow them or not makes no difference to the Vedic. Okay, number one. Okay, which are there to just keep you in slavery. Okay, those laws are nothing to do with your upliftment. Okay, so there are these laws, and beings, when they go as per these laws, they gain power. Okay, now if they misuse that power, then they fall. Okay, but there are no villains. Okay, this whole thing of blaming somebody else does not exist in Vedic. Okay, it's like finally you yourself are responsible for your own actions. Nobody else is. Okay, so you as a being can choose to do the right action.
Let's maybe come back to this example about Satan, Saturn, and Sun, and the day and night. Why the people blaming something? Because they don't like responsibility. People don't like responsibility, and Saturn.
I'll explain to you what Saturn. Okay, Saturn is what? Saturn is Shani. Okay, in Sanskrit, Shani. Okay, Saturn is the graha responsible for giving you consequences of your actions. Okay, so then people don't like that. People like to do actions, but they don't like consequences. Okay, so the person who will give you the consequences, you will say this is a bad person.
It's
a simple thing. Like
it's very fascinating because
Yeah, I mean,
it's very common.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it is just that. I mean, I mean, for people like who are in jail, the jailer is the worst person. Okay, okay. I mean, like it is always.
But this is typical
Yeah.
for people. This is typical for people. They like pleasure. They like all the best, but later on they are bored.
Yeah, but pleasure is like, but they don't know where pleasure lies. Okay, if you do something like people eat chocolate, okay, and they think it's pleasure, but it is not pleasure because it's going to give you a stomach ache afterwards.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what
So that's not pleasure. Okay. Pleasure is where you eat it, you feel good at that time when you're eating it, but you feel good after you've eaten it as well. That is
Yeah.
pleasurable. Okay.
Mm.
Pleasurable thing is, real thing is where you eat it, it tastes good, but afterward also you feel good. Okay. So
Yeah.
that is real pleasure. Okay. So in the Vedic time, everything, the food and everything was high quality, high class. Okay. Everything was so high quality. Then if you eat that, then you feel better. You know, like, and it tastes good as well. Okay. Like even the food out here in the jungle in this area, like, is very nice compared to other parts of the world. Okay. You eat it and you feel much better while when you eat it, when you afterwards as well. Okay. So all of that, like in the Vedic time, everything was of a higher quality, like everywhere. So people didn't have disease. Okay. That's why. Like right now, everybody is hospital, hospital everywhere in every country. You know, like at the time, there's no hospital. People don't get sick like that. Okay.
No,
So
academic medicine is totally opposite. This is poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a
yeah,
poison.
poison. Yeah. So, but people are not falling sick in the first place. You cannot fall sick if you do the right thing, if you eat the right thing, if you live the right way, you will not fall sick. So you will not experience pain. So in the Vedic thing, it's always about helping you not experience pain or to go higher. Yeah, like to feel pleasure and bliss. Okay. And that was the part of Vedic. That was the whole concept. So if a being is tired of all this, experiencing all this pain and hell and torture, then they'll come to Vedic only, because finally that's where they'll get pleasure. Other okay, so it's an automatic, yeah. So it's an automatic process. You know, if you go against it, then you feel that force, and then you come back to it. Okay, because you know that is where you'll get out of it. You know, so in the Vedic, like people right now, they are very into like blaming things, like, okay, this is their media is like doing this, or people are doing this to me, or you know, all this
This
mentality is
for example,
yeah.
this is quite important. Many people think that because we have this situation, what we have today, is because Illuminati, the Masons, everything, which is they always looking for the some
scapegoat.
Yes. So also many people, when I check the date of birth and horoscope, they have influenced by Saturn, and they telling me something went wrong or something happened that everything goes bad. Yeah.
Yes.
This is Saturn push you to change, to do something with you, to do something with situation. Something ends, and you need to change. Yeah. You need wrong.
I mean, like, I mean, if you have to, like, Saturn is about discipline, for example, discipline.
And time.
Yeah, self-discipline. Okay. Now you are responsible for your self-discipline. Nobody else is responsible for it. Okay. So, if you want to learn anything, if you want to do anything, if you want to that thing, you have to have discipline. Okay. Even you cook and stuff, you know that if you're cooking, you need discipline. If you don't have discipline,
yes.
Okay. Like everything needs, Okay. Everything needs discipline. Okay. Without that, you can't, I mean, right now, like you have gotten yourself into, and you have gotten interested in all these things, and you're going into the Vedic thing now and everything, you are doing it yourself. Okay. It does not matter what is there right now, what they're saying.
There wasn't
it
in the
matters
books.
Not. Okay.
There wasn't in the books. I couldn't find. Of course, I found your knowledge, and but the books, the one thing, and experience is another thing. Yeah.
Yes, obviously. Like, I mean, because the whole Vedic thing was actually experiencing. It's experiential knowledge. It's not a bookish stuff. Vedic stuff is not bookish stuff. Okay. It was there before books were there. Okay. I mean, so it was actually like where you learn something directly. Okay. From a being. Like, you know, right now, even what we're doing a talk, it's a better thing than a book. Okay. Because people are hearing me directly, and you are experiencing something. You know, it is that actual vibration
Before,
which comes out.
Before interview, we exchanged some words about very similarity connection in our horoscope, which is you have this Sun in Kritika and Aquarius ascendant, the same me, and also Rahu in Anuradha. Rahu in Scorpio is they are very hungry for knowledge and for different things, and music also connection with you play music and play music, but this is connection that that you can get this experience from different parts because everything is connected. So if you're cooking, if you play music, if you speak with the people, getting this experience is absolutely different when you see the nature. Because can you tell us how you discovered this nakshatras? You experienced this day by day. You observe each day.
I mean, what my personal thing was that I didn't go outside. I went inside. Okay, because I didn't go by any book. I didn't go by reading books or anything. I had some Vedic understanding because where I was in India and stuff, I had some Vedic understanding. So I had some basics. Okay, I knew some basics. Okay, not of nakshatras, just body basics. Okay, like I've always been eating vegetarian, or I know how to center myself and these kind of things. Okay, so I started with basics. Okay, on my own body. Then I went inside, and then my Kundalini came into play, and it's called Jagrat. It became alive, my Kundalini, and then it went through the chakras, and I opened my third eye. Okay, after that, anything I put attention on, I get the knowledge of it. Okay, so nakshatra names were there, like 27 nakshatra names were there. So once I could put my attention anywhere, I come to know of it. Okay, because of the internal work. Okay, it's not the external. And afterwards, like when I apply that knowledge outside, because moon goes through one nakshatra every day. Okay,
every day. You can observe each day.
You can observe like whether it works or it doesn't work. Okay, that is like science. Okay, you can check it out. Okay, like I mean, so that is that. So and then I put it to work, and it worked.
Yeah, so this is the same like science and no religion, because many people think that they're afraid to get some knowledge from Vedic because they think that this is Hinduism, Indian religions, many different.
Yeah, but Hinduism is not Vedic. Okay.
Yeah.
What is called Hinduism right now in India, that is 180-degree opposite from Vedic. Okay. So one should never equate Hinduism with Vedic. Okay. That is a mistake. Okay. That is a mistake to do. Okay. Like one should never do that. Okay. Okay. Like that way, like if people, because last 5,000 years, the Vedic thing has become distorted in India. Okay, it became distorted, like it's not the same knowledge. So if there was something in the Vedic time, right now people are doing that in a totally opposite way, like because they don't know the right way. Okay,
so they think if they teach yoga 15 minutes each day, they think that this is the best for them, but this is yoga. It's not it's not the good practice.
But I mean that is wrong. I mean people are teaching, like a lot of these gurus and stuff are teaching hyperventilation, okay, which is bad for your body, which is all these exercises like Sudarshan Kriya and all of that, they are bad for your body. They're not good for your body. So people who don't know themselves are teaching things. Okay, just like if somebody who doesn't know how to like fix an amplifier, okay, they don't know anything about it, and they come to try and fix it, what will happen? They will not fix it. They will just blast it up. Like, okay. So that is happening in today's age. There are so many people who just make everything into a business.
Okay? They are repeaters. Yeah.
They are doing bad karma. They're making a business out of something without knowing anything.
Yes.
There are a lot of people teaching stuff without knowing it. Okay. Which is the worst karma you can do. Okay. Like unless you know yourself, do not teach. Okay.
Yes.
But everybody is teaching right now. Any person comes to know this much knowledge, even this much, they start teaching. Okay. They don't try to learn more. They don't try to get the full knowledge. Like they don't try to. Everybody is more interested in teaching rather than learning. Okay. Yeah.
They write the books and they just copy many authors as a legend. And this is new book, and people just reading. and in the last few thousand years they just repeat. If somebody make mistake 5,000 years ago or 3,000 years ago, they just repeat and repeat and
repeat. Like most of the mistakes were made in Middle Ages. Like 1,000 years ago, a lot of mistakes came into play in the last 1,000 years, and people are repeating those mistakes. I mean, that's why I won't even suggest any book to read on Vedic astrology, which is by Indians or the Westerners, because it's all misinformation in it. Okay, even on Vedic astrology, I myself have not read those books, and I will not read them. Okay, because I know what is there. When I first tried to read them, I could tell like this is all nonsense. I mean, this is not real. You have to have a common sense. Okay, common sense is Vedic thing. Like you have to apply common sense to everything. Okay, and that is there all over the world. You know, like, and like people like in Poland and stuff, you know, need to wake up, like the Slavic people as a whole, to their Vedic heritage. I mean, it is because it is Vedic only. Like if they dig 1 or 2 steps down, they'll find it is like, and Poland is like actually pole star. It comes from pole star, Dhruv Tara. Okay, so and Poland is closer to the North Pole.
North Pole, yeah.
Okay, it's closer to the North Pole. That's why it's called Poland. Okay, okay, land of the pole. Okay,
but the previous name, you're
pole
right.
Star.
You're right.
Okay, which is the axis.
The previous name I mentioned to you, it's Lech and Lach, which is the L-E-H. I should be better, I think, Prash now.
Okay. So what was the last thing? Last thing we were talking about was
the dark side. I mean the Satan.
There's no. I was saying that there was no problem with any planets or like grahas, which are grahas actually. They should not be called planets. They are grahas. Like Earth is planet and they are different. Okay, so but Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, Sun, Moon. This is not the problem. I mean, every energy has its use. It's there for a specific purpose. Okay, that's what creates this multiverse. All these energies are there. Okay, I mean, and that's not what is for your bad. One can make something bad, like even if a medicine is there, for example, and you're supposed to eat this much, and you have this much, then the medicine will become bad for you. Okay, so it's what you make of something, you know, that is more important. Okay, rather than pointing fingers at this or that, you know, shifting the blame.
So do you think, I think personally it's not a good idea that like Masonic Illuminati using some symbols, so the people afraid of the symbols and they stop using, they attacking other people that they're using other symbols.
It is just, it's just ignorance. It's because of ignorance. It's, you don't know what the symbol means. You don't know what energy means. You don't know what, and the people who are in whatever these positions, they want you to not know these things. They want you to not have any knowledge about that, so that you can't use it. And if you can't use it, then you will always be ignorant, and then you will be just the sheep and the sheeple.
This is quite important what you said. So do you think this is in the purpose that they're doing this, that they connecting some holy symbols or ancient symbols, what the people always connected with the something good, positive energy? They're using this connect with blood, with murders, with the sacrifice, and then after solution what they're getting, problem reaction solution, what David Icke also mentioned, they're getting the solution that the people stay away of this and also attacking each other, because this they're using triangle with the eye, this using swastika.
It's basically like, it's like stay away from knowledge. Okay. Like basically stay away from knowledge. All symbols are good. I mean, all symbols are energies. I mean, your body is made up of things. Everything in the nature is made up of these energies intertwining. Okay, and like swastika is just like the 4 like seasons, like the sun's 4 courses. You know, all of that. I mean, nobody calls that as evil or something bad, or like, you know, it is it's a total that thing. These people want to create a people without any knowledge or intelligence or like any kind of sense about anything. In the Vedic, for example, symbols are there. So all the symbols, if you check all over the world, you can find that they are from the Vedic. In the Vedic, you'll find all of them, every one of them. In the yantras, like, and you know that symbol which is called Om now, like that Om symbol, symbol of creation. I mean, in the Vedic thing, that was there. I mean, now people can't say that symbol of creation is a bad symbol, evil symbol. Okay, when it's a symbol of creation. Okay, like, I mean, again, another thing is ignorance. Right now, people even in India don't know how it is pronounced, so they call it Om. Okay, and I had found out that it is not that. From my own personal experience, I found out it was called like, it has to be pronounced like I. So that's how it is supposed to be. So I did this chant like in a old stone area in England, and the very next day, like a big design, that symbol came on a field, like 1,000 yard by 1,000 yard crop circle came in the field.
Yes, I saw.
Very next day.
I will just put to this video also with our interview. Could you tell, I know we are live in the world. We have 25% of knowledge to access this this era. So many people think that you and me are crazy about talking about this, but can you tell more that this is something which is normal? Yeah, if we are in is it Bronze Age? Bronze in the Vedas?
I mean, this age is like I have told you yesterday also, like this all the age of ignorance. Right now, people have a chance to take away all the ignorance, all of it. So if people want, they can get to the real knowledge of the multiversal laws. They can get to the real knowledge of how to be, what to do, how to live, what actions to do, what actions not to do. All of that one can get right now, okay, in this period. So it's like a transition period. Like, so when it's a transition period, like the age of ignorance is finishing, okay. So before we
say we continue about your ability to change the weather and the crop cycle, do you think it's because if we don't understand nakshatras, if we don't understand frequencies, we are just like a human who jump into the river and swim with the with all direction, but we don't have influence because we think we don't have influence on this. But if you understand,
because it's lack of understanding. Like even the symbol, which is a ancient Vedic Sanskrit symbol, people don't know how to pronounce it. People don't know how to take its name. Okay, so when you do a mantra, and this symbol is there in every mantra, so when you do the mantra, there will be no effect because you're not speaking the first thing right. Okay, so you will not get any, so people just don't know. Okay, and people don't try to find out. Even like a swastik, which is swastik right now, which is called swastika. Su means a good, and astik means going, good going. It's like good going. That's what it means.
In my language, stika it means connect together. So when they're going, it means exactly the word stick, which is the świat, svet is stick, which is światystika.
So because those sticks are going to move like this, and and the other things are showing the motion, the direction in which they are going to move.
But it's not only it's only for season, but it's also galactic. I mean, bigger. Something big. It's not only.
Obviously, like it's in your Mooladhara chakra inside your body. Okay, so the energy rotation happens there. Okay, so that's where the Kundalini rises from. If the Mooladhara allows entry, only then you get into the Kundalini, and then only then it rises up. Okay. Like right now in the West, because from the Christian perspective, everything is bad. Okay, like everything is bad. Only the whatever the church or this Christian thing is good. Okay, and whatever the Christian thing is nothing, like in which you don't have to do anything. Somebody else has done something for you, and that's it. Okay, you don't have to do anything personally. No action is required. You can keep on eating your meat. You can keep on drinking alcohol. You can keep on smoking and keep on doing all these things, and you will be saved just because like somebody else is. I mean, it's a very strange concept. Like in the Vedic, there is no concept like this ever. Like Jim saying, where like in Vedic, your action, only you can do something about your action.
So it's
nobody else can.
We read in Bible, we read everywhere in the books that we have a free will, but some people says we don't have a free will because everything is set up. but it's not like this, because in the Catholic Church, of course, every symbol is
I mean, nothing is set up.
Mhm.
I mean, nothing is set up. Even how you set up your house is the way you have set up. You can change that setup.
Yeah.
I mean, setup is done by you. You set up your house any which way, then it's set up by you. Like, and you can change that setup. Like, even if you have some something happening to you right now, is because you have done some things in the past which have led you to this point in position. Okay, so nothing is set. You are setting it.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
nobody else. Yeah.
This is very exciting subject about the mantra you intonate before, and I want to come back to this, because in all Vedic there is information that when you pray inside. Yeah? The last few thousand years they teach us.
There's a big thing in Vedic. In the Vedic, you never pray. You never pray. You never pray in Vedic. Okay.
This is important.
You never pray in Vedic. Praying is a Western Christian concept. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, like you're praying to God because you are in problem, then you pray to God. Pray.
Mhm.
There's no praying. Okay, mantras are praising. You praise. 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 Praise.
Give to someone.
Praise means you praise means if you are encountering higher divine,
Mhm.
you praise the quality of
So
them.
you give back energy. You give back energy to someone.
You just praise it. You just say like, okay, something is like, something is knowledgeable. You say it is knowledgeable. Okay, because it is. Okay, so that is a natural, normal thing to do. Okay, so in Vedic you do that only. So if a being if being has some quality, okay, they are always truthful. They never speak lie. Then you say this being is truthful. Okay, that's a praise. Okay.
So this means that we have to come back inside. Yeah, we have to come back inside ourselves.
This is not inside. Inside, outside, same. This is inside, outside. Both is same. Like inside also you feel like that. Your mouth also speaks the same thing. See, inside, outside is not a different thing for Vedic. It's the same thing. Okay.
Mhm.
So, and there's no praying. Praying is a short form. Like praying means like you will just ask something, or you will be like crying to God or something. That is not, in Vedic you don't do that. In the Vedic you praise. You say, oh, you have this quality, you have that quality, you have this quality. Like you praise those qualities.
Mhm.
Okay, so there's praising, and those praises are called mantras. Every mantra in Vedic Sanskrit is a praise of higher and divine. Okay, it's a praise. It's not praying. Okay, I have to make it very, very clear. Okay. So like in the Vedic, the most important thing is if something comes in front of you which is praiseworthy, which is worthy of praise. Some being comes in front of anything, you have to praise.
Mhm.
If you don't praise, that means something is wrong with you. That means you have a problem. Okay, like whether it's an ego problem,
Yeah.
whether it's whatever problem you have problem, and that is the only problem. In the Vedic, there's no other problem. Okay, there's no Illuminati problem. There's no problem reaction solution. There's no anything. There is no problem. Okay, whatever is called Illuminati, which I call desperati, they can't come and stop you from praising higher and divine. They can't. Okay, if someone decides to praise, what can they do about it? They can only make a world in which people don't praise, or give them wrong thing like prayer. Like praying is something like asking something from higher and divine. That's never right. In Vedic, you never do that.
So what is
Like,
your
even if you're in trouble,
suggestion?
even if you're in trouble, even if you have any problem, you never ask any help. Okay.
So
you just praise.
What we need to do then? So what?
You just praise. You just praise. So like that's why if you look into any Sanskrit mantra, okay, like if you look at the whole book like Mahabharata, okay, which is a big text, very big text. Okay, that whole Mahabharata is a praise of Krishna. Ramayana, another big text, praise of Ram, which is divine qualities. You have take goddesses, books on goddesses. You take mantras on goddesses. All of them are praises. Every mantra is a praise. Okay, like right now you praise me and said like, okay, I like Prashant, what he's doing, and you are the only person I can ask about all this. That's a praise. Okay, it's not done in Sanskrit. You're saying it in English, but it is still a praise. Okay, so any being, when they start praising, that means it's the right thing. in any language, whether you do it in Polish or whether you do it in English, whether you do it in Sanskrit, it's a mantra in any language. Okay, language does not matter. Okay, but that's what the Vedic thing is. One has to praise. Okay, like okay, and if being started praising the higher and divine qualities and what the thing is, like then they will automatically evolve.
So
Okay.
this is connected with as you change the weather by your music, by your intonation of mantra. So how?
I mean that I do for intent. Okay, the weather change, like for example, like and again, people should not worry about frequencies much. Okay, like what number I have to, like whether it should be 528 or whether it should be 756 or whether it should be 786. One should not go by numbers so much. Okay. When I play guitar and stuff, I can do tuning whatever I feel like as per the mood. Okay, as per the nature, ambience, I can do the tuning at that time. Okay, I don't care about what number it is. I'm not going to even.
Yes, because each frequency is connected to one part of the body. Of course, we have much more this frequency. This is like
I don't even measure it. I don't measure it with a that thing.
You just know this. Yeah, you just know this.
Yeah. And I can tune all 6 strings in different notes with different frequencies, which will be microtonal, even different frequencies, microtonal, and all of that. And accordingly, I'll play. Okay, because my intent is there. Okay. So the nature will respond to that intent, and like once you take out yourself out of this like very fixed Western thinking of these exact numbers and like that thing, then you become more free. Okay, like as to like what you can do or what you can't do. Okay, like if I have to like make rain happen or something, my intent is there for the rain, so automatically I'll know when I'm tuning it, I'll know what I have to tune it to, like to get that feeling of like a thunderstorm or a lightning storm or a rain, or like if I'm doing a gentle stuff, which it's then a rainbow will happen. It's different. Okay, when I'm near an ocean, then you have a different feel. When you are near sea or ocean, you have a different feel, and you play according like to that. So then the response happens. So it's actually like a play with nature, but it only happens first. You have to have a connection with it. You have to establish a connection with it. For that you have to have an intent to connect to the 5 elements, which are very important in the Vedic, like Agni, Vayu, Jal, Prithvi, Akash. All 5, you have to have a connection with them. And most of the world right now before has been from detaching you from the elements. Okay, is to sever your connection with them. Okay, so people right now are just playing computer game all day like kids. Okay, they don't know nature, like they have no idea of nature. They don't know.
That's what happened. What's happening now? We see also in Europe that they disconnecting us from the nature. As you about watches is very important because this is the beat. This is the also beat frequency what influence our the heartbeat. But the most important thing is
another thing which I would like to add. It came to mind right now. So for Europe, the most important thing in Europe is to get away from electronic music. Okay, what they call electronic music is which has got beats, machine beats, which are made on a computer. Okay, now those beats are like a watch, like wearing a watch. Okay, that music is bad for you. Okay, because when normal person plays drum or person plays djembe, or when normal person plays drum, they don't drum like a machine. Okay, they have a breath. There's a breath. It's not exact. So whenever any music is made on a computer where everything is exact, that is not good for human beings. That is a music for robots, not for human beings. Okay. So, and in Europe there are so many festivals, trance festivals, rave festivals, all these festivals. All the music which is played in that is very bad for you. Okay, it's just like machine. It's like clock, watch, exactly the same. Like the same beat took like a machine. Okay, like, and it is very much in Europe. So I think most of Europe is having problem because of that kind of music for the last 20 years, since the 80s, 90s, like 25 years, and that is funded, like the people who are in these positions, like Portugal, they will push music onto people, but it's people's responsibility to stay away from it, because you can't enjoy it. Like people, then they make drugs for people to enjoy it, like like they had made ecstasy, these kind of things, so that people can actually listen to that stuff. Okay, so it's people's responsibility to stay away from that. Okay, because it'll be pushed, but it's your choice. I mean, nobody can like, it's not like Nazi thing where they'll take you to the, you have to go to the festival or you have to go to the dance festival. Nobody is pushing you to do it. Okay, so like in Europe, people have to steer clear of that. It's a very bad thing for the human function, from your heart, for your spirituality, for everything, for your body,
No,
for your immune system.
but I see
Yeah,
today,
for yeah,
that's why I'm making this interview, because many people asking
yeah,
for knowledge, many people wants to find out
yeah,
what is happening, and I see the big differences. It's one people following computers, social media, or all electronics, and another people also, but they want to make a union with earth, with something which is natural. And
yeah. I mean, first you have to understand, they call it electronic music. They're not. It's just not electronic music. It's digital music. Okay. Now, electronic. I mean, even I make electronic music because I'm using electric guitar. Okay, but that is not the same as that thing. You know, I use tube amps. You know, wall amps, which have very nice sound. Okay, I don't use like digital amplifiers. Okay, or anything like so. So I'm knowing what to use. In technology also, there is like a better thing and a worse thing. Okay,
yeah.
but people don't have knowledge of that. People are not so concerned about audio, like, because music is sound first. The sound has to be good. After that, notes don't matter that much. Sound matters a lot. Okay, so the people don't even care. Like, people will start playing guitar, they'll plug into any amp and start playing, but that amp will have bad sound. So no matter what note you play, doesn't matter, the sound will be bad because you're plugged into
Yes.
like a bad sounding amp, which is digital amp, which is very harsh, which is cold sounding, harsh sounding. So that does not matter what you play. Okay, so people don't pay attention to these things. Like technology also has to be understood properly. What is a wall amp? Why is it warmer and sweeter? Like in wall amp, people cannot even tell actually what happens inside a valve, like how the sound comes out. You know, even the engineers, techno people, they also, once they hear the sound, they can tell this is happening. But before that, there is no formula. There's no mathematical formula for how a wall amp functions actually. You know, so like there are these things. I mean, because a lot of amps I have played, you know, like their sound changes. The more I play it, the more its sound changes according to me. Like it actually stores my playing and tells me when I play it again, okay, like, okay, you are playing it. So it's like it's not so simple. Like technology is actually connected to the what you call the other realms, and very close by. Okay, like internet is also connected to, that's why it's called ethernet. Okay, it's connected to the other frequencies, other dimensions. Even though your valve in a valve amp is connected to the other dimension, it's vacuum inside, it's actually communicating with the other dimension. Okay, people don't know that. Okay, all the technology which we have right now, it's like magic. Okay, it's not simple. Okay, it's not like a 1 + 2 = 3. Like, it's not like that. Okay, people have no idea. Like, a lot of things we have are all connected to other frequencies, other dimensions, and other realms. Okay, like even your cell phone, everything like has got that nature, but that is not told to the normal public. Okay, what that is. Okay, so I mean, in the Vedic thing, all these connections between the different levels and realms and stuff is there mentioned. So when I had read those things, for me it was not like it is not too far of a stretch for me. For me, I can understand that, and I can overstand that, and I can understand that, and I can it's not a problem for me to, like,
when you open
for other people it's like, oh, it can't be. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Rash, can you
Like,
explain,
even before that, when I was reading Vedic yeah.
can you explain how you, because many people, if they want to understand these energies, because I mentioned before, if people don't know nothing about energies, what influence
Yeah.
they what they nakshatra they have, zodiac, ascendant, the houses, Rahu, Ketu, of course. If they understand these energies, what's happening next? If they understand what influence they have, is it the nature read us our minds and then changing the situation, what they getting in the future, or how it works? Because you said you said you are connected with the five
Okay,
elements.
it works like this. Okay, because yeah, that's where I would say, like in the Vedic thing, what you do first is you actually do basics first. Okay, basics means like you put your feet on the ground, connect with earth. You look at the sunset or sunrise. You connect with the sun. You pay obeisances to the earth. You pay obeisance to the sun. You connect to the elements. Okay, sky. You look at the sky. You connect to the sky. You connect to all the elements. You get your posture right. You get your diet right. What you eat. Okay,
No meat.
you do all those things first before you try to learn anything about any energy. Before you try to, once you do the basic right, that sets your foundation. Okay, once your foundation is solid and strong, then you can after that make the building, which is of knowledge, which is understanding these energies and how to use them. Okay, so if your foundation is not there, whatever you do will be of no use. You'll make up this thing and it'll fall down. The whole structure will fall down. Without a strong foundation, the structure falls down. Okay, so in the Vedic, number one thing is to make a big solid foundation, which is doing basics and connecting with elements. Okay, and that's what the Vedic rishis always taught, and they themselves lived like that. They were always in the jungle, always connecting with the elements, always doing that thing. Okay, that they did themselves. Okay, so if you look at any Vedic stories, you will find that. No matter how many Vedic stories you'll study, you'll find that the rishis, that Yoda character in Star Wars. There was a character in Star Wars movie called Yoda, which was based on the rishis only. Okay, and because they just changed yoga to Yoda, it was like a rishi only, and he was living on a planet by himself in a forest planet. Because that was all taken from Vedic. Okay, like even the Superman character was taken from Vedic. Hanuman was the one who was flying in the air. Hanuman, man, Superman. The same, the flying to the air story, everything is the same. Okay, I mean, all these things are taken. Like main thing in the Vedic is that you do the basics first. Even when kids 4 or 5 year old will go to a gurukul where a rishi is, they will teach them how to use their mouth properly, how to sit properly, how to connect with nature, how to have a proper diet, how to have a proper posture. You do these things first. After that, you are ready for knowledge, knowing what energy is this, what energy, and then you know how to use it. Okay, utilize it. You cannot do this until you do the basics first. Okay, that's what the Vedic thing is very clear about. Okay, which no other religion is clear about. In other religion, you don't have to have basics. You just don't need. You can do whatever. Okay,
People
it's not. You can. People you know all the religions how they are like.
Let's say example that people are asking me for the nakshatras constellation, and if they have a problem, I see Saturn is there, and they're asking me. I try to explain what Saturn means, and but they want to already answer if the future that day happened this. But I try to explain that it's not connected what happened. Is everything depend on you actually? Yeah, how you change if you prepare to.
I mean that's an energy. I mean each nakshatra has an energy. It will give you a certain kind of feeling and energy and that thing. And now if you know that energy, you'll know how to use it, or you can tell, oh, this is happening to me because I'm like this or I'm like that. Okay. And then when that energy is there, then you can use it wisely. Okay. Like if Saturn is there, then you can be disciplined. Okay. If you're disciplined in the first place, then Saturn will not do anything to you. Okay. But people are not wanting to be disciplined. Okay, so that's where the problem starts. Okay, like I mean that is basics again. People don't want to do basics again. If you don't have basics, there is nothing. There's no use. I mean, if you make a building without foundation, that building is going to fall. I mean, there is no.
What is the most strong thing? It's a golden ratio. Yeah, golden ratio. It's simple. 1:1.
Yeah, but golden ratio also like for a normal person who's not doing basics. Who's not doing, what will they do with golden ratio? They can't do anything. Yeah, they can't do anything with golden ratio.
I'll try to explain the golden ratio is simple, and also the basic. It looks simple, but this is the most important. most important.
Yeah, and golden ratio and stuff, application of that will only be done by a person who has done the basics. Application of anything can only be done by a being who is doing the basics. Other people cannot apply it. Okay, application is not possible. Okay, and without application there is no point, because Vedic thing is not a theoretical knowledge. It's not theoretical, it's practical. You have to apply it. Yeah, you have to apply it. Like if I make something, if I make the rain happen, I make the rain happen. Okay, it's real. Like if a crop cycle happens, it happens for real. Okay, it's practically applied thing.
We will put on video, we show people.
Okay, you can show that, but it's practical stuff. Like it's your Kundalini rises, practically rises.
I'm totally agree. Totally agree with you, because many people asking where to buy some books to find out the Vedic astrology, but even I had the difficulties because in my country there is no any other there is no book about this, and even if there was the book, but this is nothing compared to practice. When you practice, when you getting some information from people that this person is Ashwini, looks her behavior is like this, K2 influence and the other. So the practice tells you that everybody has different energy, and Rahu and K2 for everybody will be different influence also. Is it
I mean, this sunset. So you can see the sun here. Like
when the sunset side Agnitora, I start to Agnitora, then fire. When I was 12. Yes. Kritika. I didn't know, actually. This is very fascinating. That
it's I mean, but it helped your critical energy, and it will refine it, and it'll make it more. So it's a practical thing, like like doing sun gazing at sunset or whatever. It's a practical thing, like and paying obeisance to it and whatever. Also, that is all practical.
I also put the video of my Agnitora ritual with the fire in the pyramid when the sunset and sunrise. But this is something what we can tell as well, because when I was 12, I bought the book Agnitora. It was something what connect me to this name. And then after 10 years, I find out what is nakshatras and why Kritika is connected with the fire. So do you think this is the frequency what push people to do something which is that, for example, if I feel inside that I like this, I need to do something with the fire. Do you think it's connected, this nakshatra, this frequency?
Yeah, obviously that will happen automatically. Like if you have Kritika nakshatra, it will happen automatically to you. Okay, like that you will feel those kind of ways. Different nakshatras will automatically give their energies, but other people are not able to utilize them properly because they don't even know what is happening. So they're in half confused state. Okay, the more aware you are, the more your awareness and consciousness is about something, the more clear you are about it, the more you can use it. Okay, the less clear like Uttara Falguni nakshatra also we talked it like little bit. Okay, like Uttara Falguni nakshatra is connected to the axis. Okay, it's connected to the axis, the pole, like the pole is the axis. Okay,
I am pole.
Like is the pole. Pole.
My ascendant,
and that's why it's called Poland. Poland. Okay, Poland is pole, axis. Okay, so like my moon is an Uttara Falguni, like it's an axis. Okay, so this axis, Uttara Bhadrapada and Uttara Falguni are the two axis nakshatras. Okay, because Uttara Bhadrapada is opposite to Uttara Falguni, so they form a line. Okay, and that line is the axis. Okay, it is this which is like the axis on which this whole this whole multiverse, like this Brahmand, in Vedic is called the Brahmand. It has a central axis around which everything spins. Just like the pole star is there. The pole star never moves. All the stars move around it. So that is the that is the pole axis. It means stability. It means that's center.
Center.
So
I agree with you. That could be the center, because in the past many things happened in Middle East Europe also, and then Uttara Falguni, sorry, the Uttara Bhadrapada, I saw that the people have a black mole or different sign on the chin, on the right side especially.
Yes.
So this is the frequency would marks the people was born. And
Yeah, I mean, in my case, my Mars is in Uttara Bhadrapad and Moon is in Uttara Falguni, and they are both at same degree. Okay, so they are exactly connecting in that axis. Okay, so like so I know that axis like that is the axis. Okay, and that is the normal axis. Like Uttara Falguni is always that central axis, you know, and which goes from Virgo to Pisces, that axis. Okay, so which is the main axis on which this Brahmand is, that thing, which is related to the pole star, you know, Dhruv Tara. It's called Dhruv in Sanskrit, and like because Poland is closer to the North Pole.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why it's called Pole and okay, Pole and okay. So that's why, I mean, all these things have a reason. Like everything has a reason why the names are there or whatever. And if you look, if you go through any 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of anything, you will find Vedic below of anything, anywhere, whether you South America, Egypt, like you can go to Cambodia, you can go to Europe, or you can go anywhere, or like Australia, or Aborigines, everywhere you will find the Vedic is there.
Yeah,
below.
For example, paradise in my language, paradise is Raj, which is R-A-J. R-A-J that mean paradise, yeah, in our my language.
Which is Swarg. Swarg in Sanskrit. Okay. Swarg. Okay. Which is related to Swar. Swar means sound. Okay. So like how much sound refinement you have, the more towards heaven you are going. More towards paradise you're going. Okay, like more refinement in sound. Okay, so like that is what I try to do through my Lotus Ocean channel. If you like refinement in sound, okay, like to make it more refined, more and more refined and more refined. Like that is, you know, like the application, practical application. You know, in Vedic, everything has to be practically applied to your body, to yourself, to your mind, to everything has to have practical. If it's not practical, it's not. It's nothing to do just with like thinking about something or just some mental game. It's not like that. Okay, it's not mental gymnastic. It is actual practical application. Okay. Okay.
This is good because it never ends.
Okay, because in that you always say confused, because confusion comes. Okay, what is confused? If you practically apply something, you practically experience something, there's no confusion. You know this is this.
Yeah.
You know what is this. You know what that is.
Yeah, this is differences between religion and the knowledge. Yeah. And so the people sometimes believe something is mean you don't know.
Yeah. Believing means you don't know. Basically, you were saying I don't know. Like you know, like but this is the age of knowing now. Right now is the age of knowing. Okay, you can know. Okay, like whatever I do, I know. I mean, I know for sure. Like, I mean, for me, third eye is not a matter of belief.
So that's why
I know it. Yeah.
That's why so many people waking up, because what you said that today is the age of to know. So this is opposite to religion, yeah? This is opposite.
Yeah, opposite, obviously. I mean, religion meant like close your eyes. Don't just do whatever we tell you to do. Okay, like.
Yes. Close your eyes.
Okay, close your nose as well. Close all your senses. Nose, eyes, taste, everything. Close everything.
Yeah.
Just do what we tell you. Okay, even if it.
With Arjun Pai, Dr. Arjun Pai, on the video, we shows that in the Catholic Church, when the children born, the first thing is to make a cross on the third eye. Yeah. The 5 days baby or 10 days, they just closing the third eye. They say, why actually there?
I mean, external things when like they try to, I mean, but nothing happens like that. If a being wants to open it, they can open it. Okay, no church or anything can do anything.
Yeah.
Like in India also right now, they put all kinds of things out there. You know, like tika.
Yes.
Like they have these the things which you should not do. Okay, but they do it. Okay, these are external things. That was to show the position of third eye. Like they want to show that third eye is here. Okay, but that is external stuff. Okay, yeah, because third eye is not going to open. It's an internal organ. It's the pineal gland. It's on a frequency level. It's not even on the physical. Okay, so it doesn't get affected by any of these outside marks. Okay, so that's the difference between Vedic and Hinduism.
Yes.
Hinduism has all this ritual and all of that, which is not Vedic.
Festival, yeah, and festivals.
Yeah, festival, all of that. That's not Vedic. Okay. Okay.
What makes me funny that we really don't know nothing. But when you're telling to me this is very important because many people connecting India with Vedic as a religion, Indian festivals, which is very often
no mixed mistake, big mistake.
True. Yes.
Big mistake. Okay, big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like if people wear the sari dress, sari in India, people have that. Okay, by that you won't become Vedic. Sari is not Vedic dress. Okay, okay, all of these things are not Vedic. Okay, Vedic things in India also got lost over 5,000 years because the Mughals invaded. Okay, then Mughals brought their thing. Then the English invaded. Then they brought their thing. Okay, so all those things are there, which are Indian now. Okay, so which is not Vedic.
Jyotish, it's like a guard on this all the different nation, many hundreds of different religion. So I see the Jyotish. That's why I go into it, because I know I am Aquarius, and Aquarius is has to go deep. Why is that? Why the things works?
Yeah.
So the Jyotish, what amazes me about this, it's that is not related to religion. It's just clear knowledge. Yeah.
Clear knowledge, yes. But Jyotish also has so much nonsense now, because so many stupid books are there. So much misinformation is there. So much. Okay, it's not the Jyotish of Vedic time. If a Rishi is teaching Jyotish, it'll be very clear. Everything will be very right now. The Jyotish is of total, like there's so much nonsense in it. People who have know nothing, they are Jyotishis. I mean, and people are spreading more and more lies. People learn this much, okay, and then they talk this much, okay. Then all of that much is all lies and all nonsense, okay. So like there is all this pollution, okay. Like even my Nakshatra book, when Nakshatra book came out, before that nobody was using Nakshatras in India, okay. All the astrologers and Jyotishis in India, they used to just use the Rashi, okay. They never use Nakshatra, okay. But now everybody knows Nakshatra, everybody knows because of that book, okay. Like, and that book is also like a little percentage, very small part of what I know about Nakshatra. Very small part. It was just my initial notes.
You're talking about 27 celestial bodies.
Yes, 27 celestial portals. It's like a little part of what I know about Nakshatras. Okay, little part. Okay, but even that was enough for people to sort of now know Nakshatras a little bit. Okay, all the people who are talking about whether Dr. Arjun Pai is there, with whom you talk to, he will tell you that he only learned it from my book.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, all these astrologers right now, I mean, nobody before that, if the knowledge was there, then they can learn from some other book, some Vedic text. But Vedic text is not there. The ones which carry knowledge about nakshatras is not there anymore.
Yeah,
it's not available. That is lost. Yeah.
Yes, this is lost. Yeah.
So there are a lot of
Even if you mentioned,
so there are a lot of texts.
If you mentioned this today,
like I mean, this.
Let me say, when you said yesterday that somebody give to the people Vedic in written text, but it was the time that to understand this, like people are in like children, so I had to write this Vedic text for them to understand. So it doesn't that this is much bigger knowledge, of course, what we don't know.
And obviously, and that Rishi Vedvyas. Okay, all of his texts are there. Okay, so everybody can find out. So if they want any Vedic knowledge, people would go to Vedvyas, Rishi Vedvyas text. Only read those things, nothing else, which is written afterwards or anything. Okay, they should just stick to that. But he also did not go into Jyotish much because that is not a primary thing. Okay, Jyotish is more like a secondary, tertiary knowledge. Okay, it's not a primary thing. So that Rishi did not write that down. Okay, so that information is not available because of that.
So can you tell your connection to how old are you? Were you when you start? It was the influence of the family, uncle who?
No, nothing like that. No family influence.
No?
I started, it was my personal interest. When I was a child,
Yeah.
I started reading the Vedic texts.
Mhm.
Okay. Like we used to have comics in India. There are comics
Ah.
called, they're called Amar Chitrakatha. Amar Chitrakatha. Like they're Vedic stories in comic form. You know, just like you have Superman, Batman comic.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So like we have this in comic form, and I used to read them, and I used to find that more interesting
Uh-huh.
than the school thing. In school, whatever they teach you, like I found this more interesting and more that thing. It told me more about where I am. Okay. Like school did not tell me about where I am. Like what is this place? Where am I? What is this earth? What is all this? Like, you know, like whatever they teach at
Mhm.
school. And
Please
what I
put
read in
your
this,
camera on
I
your
was more convinced.
Mhm. If you can come back
Yeah.
camera, because we
Yeah.
can see you.
So,
We can see. Oh, now
yeah,
it's
I mean, I'll just
perfect.
say,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay. So I was more like fascinated by the Vedic thing automatically. Those
Mhm.
stories were more interesting. They told more. They everything was better in that. Okay. And so then my interest grew. Okay. So by the time I reached university at the age of 17,
Mhm.
18th year, I went to university, and then I started doing the full thing. You know, but at the age of 17, 18, your mind is fully grown and your brain
Yeah.
is grown, your body is grown. Okay, now you can do whatever you want to do. Okay,
Mhm.
so and then I did that. So I opened my kundalini up, I raised my kundalini, and I opened my third eye, and then I went into Jyotish and all these Vedic sciences,
Mhm.
all the like whatever Vedic science was there. Like so, I went into that. So that's when I came to know about like nakshatras or anything, all the things. You know, so but it happened from my own totally personal sort of initiative. There
Mhm.
was no person involved, no family, no person, nobody was involved. Okay, not a single person
Mhm.
was involved at all. It's just like you find that more appealing. Just like when you went into astrology and that thing, then you look at Western and you look at Jyotish, then you'll find, oh, Jyotish is more, it
Oh
tells me
yes,
more
yeah.
clearly.
I saw.
Yeah,
I
okay.
saw
So
this. Mhm.
yeah, so that's so then you automatically get interested
Yeah.
personally. So
Yeah.
that happened to me from the age of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, you know,
The
like
precession,
it.
the
Yeah,
precession when Jyotish move
yeah,
a bit back. For example, if
yeah,
somebody is a Pisces in Western astrology, on in Jyotish it's Aquarius, yeah, and
yeah, yeah.
they don't understand why it's happening. Like everybody knows that zodiac is Pisces and now it's Aquarius. So, but this is connected
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, it's not. I mean that is because like Jyotish is based on Vedic is always based on actual practical observation.
Mhm.
So you see where this particular graha Jupiter is in that stars out there. Like you can see the sun is in that
Yeah,
Venus. So you actually going by your practical eyes.
yeah.
Okay, the Western tropical system doesn't go by that. It's just going by season. That's season astrology. It's not. It's not going by actual position of grahas in the
Yeah.
constellations.
Mhm.
Okay, because that's not practical. Like you know, like it's not going by that. You know, so like if you look at sun right now in
Mhm.
this time right now. Okay, so sun will be in Scorpio in the like if you take any sky map or any like software or anything to
Yeah.
check where sun is in. Yeah. Okay, so sun will be that thing in Scorpio. Okay, right now. Okay, it will not be in whatever the Western will say. Okay,
Even
like Sag or yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I saw many
Mm.
people. I recognize like he said he's Sagittarius, and in Vedic I've got Sun in Scorpio, but his eyes are typical for Scorpio. His nose is like a typical for Scorpio.
Yeah,
Suspicious. His behavior is like typical like Scorpio. So for me, it's like you said before. I'm not
yeah.
following the rules because somebody says Western astrology is Sagittarius, but he doesn't have nothing from Sagittarius, no influence whatsoever.
I mean, again, a practical. So that's also practical application.
Yeah.
Practical application. Okay, practically you can see, and the same way in the sky also you can see sun is in Scorpio. Like
Yeah.
right now, sunset, and you can put a sky map and you can find the constellation will tell you. It'll tell you sun is in Scorpio. Okay,
Mhm.
it'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean that is actual astronomy. You know,
Yeah.
actual reality. Like
So
you can
we
say
have
you
a
can't.
we have a Rahu in Scorpio. What
Yeah.
is differences between Sun in Scorpio and Rahu in Scorpio? If you can tell in few words, differences of
Okay,
this.
like see, Rahu is a energy which seeks truth. Okay, it wants to know. It wants to know where what is the thing. What is the
Yes.
thing? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Now, Scorpio is like hidden stuff, underground, hidden things like that. Okay, which is not known.
Yeah.
Okay, not easily known. So, energy like Rahu, which wants to know, it'll go into anything deep in Scorpio to find out stuff. Okay, it'll not stop. Okay, like okay. Sun is different. Sun brings light.
Mhm.
Okay, so if Scorpio something is hidden or something, sun will just shine the light.
Uh-huh.
Okay, like you go into a dark room. Okay, you don't know what is there in that corner. Okay, you put a light on it, you will come to know whether it's a stool or a table or a chair or what is. Okay,
Mhm.
so sun can just do that. Okay,
Uh-huh.
but Rahu will go much more than that. Okay, Rahu will try to find out what is that table made of. What is wood? Okay, then what is wood made of? Okay,
And Anuradha, this is part of
yeah,
Scorpio. Mhm.
yeah, part is Scorpio. So then Rahu will try to find out everything. It'll go more and more layer because it has to find out the whole thing.
Yes.
Okay, what it is. Okay, so that's the difference
Yeah.
between Sun and Scorpio and
And
Rahu and
we
Scorpio.
also
Okay,
have padas of
yeah,
Scorpio. Like you've got Rahu in Anuradha. I've got Rahu in Anuradha. So this is also different aspect of Scorpio. Yeah.
yeah. Anuradha is more sort of like friendly. Like it sort of wants to like it doesn't mind taking information from everywhere and seeing what is right. It has no that thing that it has to come from this source only or this like that thing. It will take everything, and it is reasonable. It's not. It makes a decision on the basis of actual reality and conversation. Like it is ready to talk. Like right now you're discussing with me and I'm discussing with you. Okay, I'm telling you these things. That's Anuradha.
Mhm.
Okay, Anuradha is like that. Like sharing of information. Okay, like because some other nakshatra in Scorpio which will not share information, like Jeshta or
Oh
Vishaka.
yes.
If
Yeah.
it comes to know something, it will not tell.
Yeah. Obsessive. Very
Okay.
obsessive. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It will not tell. It will not tell.